Hey y'all, today I'm going to be doing a summary tutorial. It's going to be a pink, yellow, gold ombre look. It's going to be so pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and start off, and it's going to be a talk through tutorial. So first off, I'm going to start off with my YSL Fusion Ink foundation. Now I love this foundation. I remember working at Nordstrom, and that's when I first started making videos, and I fell in love with this foundation, but it is quite expensive. I believe it's 60 bucks, and the first time I got it, it was only like 30 bucks because I had like a discount, and it was Christmas time, and it was amazing. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start off by putting this on my face, and I am the shade B30, which is Almond. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to use this little Morphe brush right here, but first I'm going to, and my hands, my face is clean, everything. I never put this on my face unless like my face is clean. So I'm just going to put 2 streaks just like that, and I'm going to just pounce this up and down so that I make sure that it gets into my skin and how I want it to be. And apparently, if you look on the back of this foundation, it says that it's supposed to be a sunscreen, which I never knew that, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, it helps prevent sunburn, and its purpose is a sunscreen instead of a foundation, which I thought was pretty interesting. Now that I have it in there, I'm just going to kind of go in circular motions. Push down even further. And I'm sorry if you can hear weird noises. My neighbors upstairs are playing music or something, and they're being super loud and inconsiderate, and apartment living, right? So just gonna put a little bit on my chin and on my forehead. Again, gonna dab that in there. And this is already a mattifying foundation, but I like to set it as well. I'm going to put just a little bit over my eyelids and underneath right here. I'm just going to go around and push it in my face. And then I'm going to just slightly bring it down my neck. Just slightly. But since this is already mattifying, that's wonderful, but I want it to be set. So what I'm going to do after I do my concealer is I'm going to set it. But first I'm going to use this Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and this is the shade 20, Sand Sable. And you can tell I've only used a little bit of it, but I'm just going to put it underneath my eyes. And I know if you've seen my videos that I don't typically do concealer, but I just kind of feel like lately, like with the summery look, I just want to look a little bit brighter. So that's what I'm going to do. Because this is my channel and I get to do my makeup how I want. You don't have to do exactly what I do. And I'm just gonna pounce, and this is the Real Techniques Beauty Blender sponge, what have you. I'm just gonna pounce and pounce and pounce that. And I like to get pretty close to my under eye, like my waterline, because even if I get all of my eyeliner off from a few days prior, it still likes to collect right there, and that's where it gets the darkest. So again, I'm just pushing that in, and you can already kind of tell a little bit of difference. Obviously this one isn't done, but we're just going to work this out. And it is a beautiful summery day. It's around 80 something degrees, 88 degrees outside today. That's here in Colorado. I know probably more states down south are getting more humidity and more heat. So I feel your pain, but I actually like the heat because I'm a weirdo. But hey, I like it. I just got back from Texas, so I know what it's like, and that's where I'm originally from. So next, I have this product. This is by the brand Sephora, actually. And this is just a universal smoothing translucent setting powder. And the way that this is, it's kind of hectic and crazy in there, but I'm just going to dip this in there, and I'm going to set my under eye. And yes, I know it's not perfect, but that's fine. And I will get to blending it out, because where I was going whenever I said that the foundation that I was using was matte, I like to set it a little bit with some translucent powder, just because I don't want that moving at all. I don't want to go outside and start sweating and have my makeup fall off. So this kind of helps set it and just makes it look a little bit better for me. So that's where I get this big Morphe S22 brush, and I'm just going to tap it in there, and then I'm just gonna pounce it all over my face. And I believe the translucent powder was like 18 bucks or something like that. And I haven't noticed a white cast of any kind on my face, so I like it. It sets it really good, makes my face real soft. I enjoy it. It sets everything really nicely. So then since this is a summery look, I want to look a little bit bronzed. So I'm going to grab this bronzer right here. I think this is by the Body Shop, and it's 03 bronzing powder. I believe I used this like way long ago. And so I'm just going to take some of this bronzer with this Morphe M104 brush, and I'm just going to dip it in here. And I'm just going to go where my cheekbones are, and I'm going to go in circular motions outwards. So, and I'm kind of doing it a little bit higher. I don't want it to be a contour. So I'm kind of bringing that over and up towards my temples a little bit. Slightly down a little, but I kind of want to keep it higher, because if you drag it, then it will make you look chubbier than you actually are. So you can already tell a difference. This is the bronze side, and obviously this isn't, but you can just kind of see already how I already look a little bit more tan and alive. So now it's off to this side. And I'm starting in the middle of my cheeks, if you hadn't noticed, and I'm just kind of bringing that around in circular motions, working upward, slightly down, but not too much, and just a little bit higher than my cheekbones. Alright, so then I'm going to get this brush that I used for the translucent powder, and I'm just going to kind of brush it out a little. Try to brush away any harsh lines if I made any. And then I'm going to get this Sonia Kashuk brush, and I'm going to go in with my new baby. Yes, I got it. The Becca Jaclyn Hill collaboration, the face palette with Champagne Pop, Prosecco Pop, and then all the beautiful, beautiful blushes. Ooh, yeah. So I kind of want this to be a pretty glowy, summery look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this first one right here, and that is the shade Rose Spritz. And this one is kind of a shimmery blush. I don't know if you can kind of see it, but it's pretty shimmery. I'm going to just put a little bit on my brush, put it on my cheeks, and then work backwards. And I like to just kind of go in a circular motion on my cheek, my apples. I feel like it just adds a little more So you can see, again, I look a little bit more colorful, more alive. And that's how I want to look. A cat was just outside the window and it scared me to death. I didn't know what the heck that was. So if I look petrified in my video, that's why. So I'm going to, again, take this brush that I used with the translucent powder, and I'm just going to pounce on that just so that it kind of brushes it out and it's not so much blush. I don't want to look like a clown here. And I always, ever so slightly, take a little bit of my blush and put it on the tip of my nose, just because I feel like it gives more of a sun-kissed look instead of just having it on your cheeks. I feel like it makes you look a little bit more, like you slightly got sunburnt, but you're kind of tan. I don't know. I prefer it that way. So now what I'm going to do is get this fan brush by Sonia Kashuk, and I'm going to go in with the same Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to be using Champagne Pop. And I'm going to go over right here. Oh yeah. And I'm kind of doing it in circular motions so you can see that glow. Oh yeah, girl. Put it right here. And then I'm going to put a little bit on my nose, on my Cupid's bow. And then right here, and right here. Ooh la la. Now I'm going to grab the Prosecco Pop, which is right next to it. And this is more of a golden color, and I'm just going to go right over that Champagne Pop on my cheeks. Alright, now that I'm all glowy and dewy, I am going to move on to my eyes because I am mostly done with my face for now, and then I'm going to do my ombre look that I was talking about. Okay, so I decided to put my hair up, and then I primed my eyes already with my eye primer that I usually always use. So now I'm going to start with the eyes. I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette by Morphe, and I'm going to be going in with this color right here. And I'm just going to put that in my crease like I normally do. And I'm just softly touching it in there. That's what she said. Alright. And I'm going to bring this up practically to my eyebrows because I want everything to be kind of blended out, but I will put some product over that so you can't really tell. So now that that's how I want it, I'm just going to do the other eye real quick. Sometimes I feel like when I do the tutorials, I shouldn't do both eyes. I feel like, you know, you kind of saw me do the same thing on the other eye, but I don't know if sometimes y'all get a better angle if I do a different eye. Like if this eye, you know, is pointing towards the camera, if you can see it a little bit better and if that helps you. I mean, I'm sure you kind of got it under control, but I figured I might as well just do both and see how that goes. So I have these how I want them to be. Now I'm going to take just a slightly darker shade, this one right here, which is right next to that one, and I'm going to put that in my crease as well. But I'm going to keep this one as low as possible. And I'm going to work it in circular motions. Alright, so I have that exactly how I want it to be. I'm just going to go in with this Morphe MB23 brush, and I always like to just kind of buff it out, just to make sure that you can't tell that it's all, I just want it to be blended, I guess. Hence, that's why I'm using a blending brush. So, now that I have that, I am going to actually go grab something real quick. I need to grab my Spritz spray. I will be back in one moment. Right, so now that I have my Spritz spray, I'm going to grab one of my brushes. This is just a random little brush that I got from a brush set way back in the day. I was probably like 14 when I got this. But hey, it's done the job, it works, so that's what I'm gonna do. So, I'm going to start off by spritzing it twice. Now I'm going to grab this this cranberry color right here. And, okay, this is the damn side. I'm going to grab this cranberry color right here, and I am going to put this on my eyelid. And I'm going to try to leave the middle part of my eye blank, so I'm just going to kind of put it right here. And over here. I know it kind of looks silly right now, but I promise it'll be pretty in a moment. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. And I will blend this out so it looks better. Alright. So you can see they aren't perfect, but who cares? The nice thing about having the translucent powder is if you get a little bit of powder on you, you can just and flick it away. Get that loose eyeshadow on you. You don't want that. That's a mess. You don't want that. So now I'm going to grab another brush pretty similar to the one I already had. And now I'm going to spritz this one as well. Spritz it twice. And I'm just going to rub this on there. I like to make sure that it's super damp. Now I'm going to be using still the Jaclyn Hills palette, and I'm going to use this golden shade right here. And I am putting that directly in the middle, where we left that blank. And I am slightly putting it over that cranberry. But just slightly. Alright. Same thing, same different eye. I guess this would be more like a halo effect instead of an ombre. Because I feel like I'm kind of making it a circle, like that halo. Alright, now I'm going to be using a different palette, and I am going to just kind of intensify that middle so that you can actually really see what's going on. I'm going to re-spritz this. I feel like it's not wanting to stick for some reason. Okay. Because I want it to be, like, soaked. Alright. I'm going to be using this golden shade off of my Coastal Scents Hot Pots. And I did a review on this. That was my last video, actually. But I'm just going to go back over that and intensify it just a little bit more. I wasn't getting the intensity that I wanted from just using the Morphe shade. And if you're wondering what shade this is called 18 Karat Gold. And now I'm going to go back over that again, but this time I'm going to be using this bright yellow right here called Citron. And I'm going to put that again on top of that, and that's really, really going to brighten that up. I want to have the sunset on my eyes, basically. So then I'm going to grab my blending brush that I first started off with, and I'm just going to kind of clean this up a little bit. Move out any harsh lines. And I'm going to slightly just drag from that red onto there so that it looks a little bit better. Alright, and now I'm going to add another color to my crease. And this is the Morphe 350 palette. Uh-oh. And I'm going to be adding this pink right here. I just want to tie it all in together and make it look as tied in as possible. So you can see that already adds just a little bit more definition. Alright. Then I'm going to grab that same with the yellow, and I'm just going to brighten that up a little bit, because I don't want that losing its quality. Then I'm going to grab the one that had the cranberry on it, and I'm just going to touch up a little bit there. And so that practically does it for this one. And you can put on false lashes, just put on mascara, what have you, but I like to add drama to it. So I'm going to just add some winged liner, and I'm going to turn off the camera for that, just because I feel like it takes up too much time. Well, I might just do it on one eye. Let me do my first eye, and then I'll come back and I'll show you on the other one. Alright, so I have one eye done, as you can see here, and now I'm going to go ahead and start on the other eye. So I know you've seen me do this before, but I have my Sigma E65 brush, my Inglot Black Gel Liner, and I'm just going to dip it in there, and I'm going to start on the outer edge, right here. And it's, of course, wanting to be stupid with me. Okay, so now that I have just a line, I'm going to drag it around to my eye. But first I'm going to get more on there. Alright, so here we go. And I really try not to pull my eye. I like to at least just like hold it. It just gives me like stability. Alright, get this huge chunk of crap off of here. My biggest peeve with gel liner is that it dries up. Even if you like close it all the time, it still dries up and then it gets chunky and it drives me nuts. This Inglot gel liner has actually been like a godsend compared to other gel liners that I've used, but still it gets super frustrating. When doing eyeliner, do you feel like you hold your breath? I feel like I hold my breath and I can't breathe like the whole time I'm doing it. I'm just too much of a perfectionist when it comes to it. Even though it doesn't always look perfect, I have to at least get my lines symmetrical. It drives me nuts if they aren't. Alright, now I'm gonna finish this up right here. Get these eyelashes out of the way. Throwing off my groove. Alright, so that's pretty even. I'm just gonna fix that a little bit. Good to go. Now I have this Clinique eyeliner. This is a black liquid liner. It's called Pretty Easy Liquid Eyelining Pen, and this is 01 Black. And I have talked about this previously in videos, but I haven't talked about this product, but this is like, that point is just on point. But anyway, I like this because it gets super precise. I like to go back over my eyeliner that I already did and just clean up any broken lines. So like right here. And plus it lets it get closer to the roots of my eyelashes, so you don't see any blank spaces there, which I really appreciate. And this one doesn't dry matte, but I just try not to put that much on there so that you can't really tell. Alright. Okay. Now I'm going to clean this line up. Okay, so there's that one. That one's done. Pretty straight, easy. Time for my mascara. I also like to use that Clinique liner to tightline any spots that you can see on the other side. And my eyelashes are just being ridiculous right now, so I'm done with that for now. And then I have my brows. I'm kind of debating on doing it in front of the camera, but I will at least show you one brow that I do. I've tried to do something a little different with my brows lately so that they're not so crazy. So I used to not do my brows at all, but I feel like I kind of need to lately. I don't know, it just brings a look together. I just like the way it looks a lot better whenever I actually have my brows done. Alright, so I'm using this Brow Power Universal Eyebrow Pencil from It Cosmetics. I actually got this from my sister-in-law that didn't use it, and this is Universal Taupe. So I'm just going to go to my tail right here, and I'm just going to lightly draw. I'm going to bring it out there and stop. Now I'm going to come over here. And ever so lightly just add to what I drew a few minutes ago. Now I'm going to bring it down a little bit so you can see that line that I drew, and I'm just going to go sideways with it. And I'm going to make a triangle. And the closer that I get here, I try to do a little bit lighter, and then I just try to lightly touch it up and fill it in. Bring that back up a little bit so you can see where my tail is that I kind of drew. And it's pretty triangular, so I'm gonna bring this down. And that's pretty much how I want it to be. These hairs down here, I'll probably just pluck them or something. They're driving me nuts. But I don't really like to go too much forward. I know that my eyebrows aren't perfect. I know that they need to be like up to here. But I just don't like drawing that because I'm just going to let them grow in and do what they do naturally and just try to figure out everything else. I'm going to take this Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow gel, and I'm just going to set my brows. Just like so. Alright, now I'm going to, I will do my other brow, but first I want to just kind of grab this fan that I was using earlier for the highlight, and I'm just gonna touch up a few little spots like right here. And then I will put it up here, but I'm gonna use a different brush for that. I'm gonna use this e.l.f. contour brush, and I'm gonna get that champagne pop, and I'm gonna go right here with it. Just to kind of highlight that brow bone area. I'm also gonna bring it on the inner corner of my eye, so that it lights it up just a little bit. Just a teensy bit. Alright, I'm gonna do my other brow and finish up, and then I will do the final look here in just a moment. Okay guys, so I have the rest of my face done. All I have to do now is my lips, and I just wanted to show you guys what it's going to do for lips. I'm using the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. This is the color Ibiza, and this is just a real pretty summery color, so I'm going to go ahead and just put this on. Okay guys, so that completes this look. I hope y'all enjoyed. Please leave me a comment, thumbs up, anything, just some feedback to let me know that I'm doing okay. Alright guys, I love you. I hope you enjoyed this springy summer halo pink look. Have a great day. Love you guys. Bye.